is going on, guys? This is Jason with Jadren Aquatics. Thanks for hanging out with me in the fish room. So today, it's been a long time, we are going to do a full fish room tour of both fish rooms. And yes, we're going to break it up into multiple videos because we are now well over 150 fish tanks. So it's going to take a little bit of while to do it. So I'm going to break it up into smaller parts so you guys can digest it a little bit better. But before we get started, we are now into a new month, which is May. And May is the month for the next giveaways that I do for all you guys who are my members. You guys are absolutely amazing, by the way. I thank you so much for your support. If you guys want to know more about becoming a member, just click on that join button above. There's a little video that you can watch. Alright, so you guys know that every other month I give away something a little bit different. I've been giving away the art prints. Well, I've been working on something really cool. You guys have been asking me for a long time to sell these stickers these stickers that I have right here on the tanks that label them. The reason I haven't ever done this before is because these stickers, they just rip, they just tear, they don't come off very well. So I had to come up with another way to do it. That way when you take a fish and you move it to another one, you can just take the label with you without making a mess. So what we have here, there's like 150 or something here. It's pretty much every fish I sell plus a bunch of other, common fish. This is actually, you're gonna get this whole sheet sent to you. It'll be in 2 sheets, so it'll fit in an envelope. But you'll have to cut these out individually, and then it's just got a crack and peel back, so it's a label, but it's vinyl. So now it'll actually just stick on, and then you can actually just pull it right off. So here's kind of an example. So again, it's like vinyl, it's unterrible, and you can just put it on, and then whenever you need to move it someplace else, you just peel it off and take it over to another tank. So those are really, really cool. Again, it's a lot of fish. But this time I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to give you guys a choice. If that's not something that you want, if you want some of the previous art prints that I've done before, like this one, like this is a leopard frog one. I've done a bunch of different sets of these. If you guys are interested in those, you're going to have the choice to choose those. And also, backed by popular demand, because I've had a lot of people keep asking me for these, and I ran out of them, so I had to print some more. And that's the stickers. Now this is just a page kind of showing you all the different stickers that are in it. But the actual stickers are these 2" by 2" stickers. As you'll see, there's a whole bunch of them there. So you guys can now go in there and you can choose which one that you want to send. So all of you guys that are members, be sure and watch in the next couple of days. I'm going to give you a link inside the member section. That's under the community tab. Like if you look up above or you go to the main homepage of my channel, under the community tab, if you're a member, you only get to see this section. And there's going to be a link, and that link is going to take you there and allow you to choose which one you want, and then it'll ask you for all of your shipping information, because one of the problems with YouTube is they don't give me hardly any information about you guys. So I have to gather it all myself from you. So I'm really excited about that, especially those stickers. I spent a lot of time putting those together, trying to make them look nice and professional. Hoping you guys are going to be excited about that. All right, so let's go ahead and let's head out and let's check out all the cool fish in my ginormous fish room. All right, let's start off first with this 20-gallon long rack. All right, the first 20-gallon long that we have here has a breeding trio of a super red bristlenose. You can see the female right here, and you can see the male with his bristles all sticking out from under that cave. These guys just have beautiful red coloring. Then, like most all my other tanks, there are tons of Neocardina shrimp. Just big mixture culls that are all in here. And then here you'll see a bunch of the babies that are growing out. There's also some red sailfin Venezuela cories that are in there hiding somewhere. Next 20-gallon long has the white tuxedos. These are probably some of my most prolific guppies. I know you think guppies prolific. Yeah. These things just pop out babies like absolute crazy, and they apparently just don't eat their young at all. Then I've also got a breeding pair of calico bristlenose. You'll see the big male right there. He's I just pulled babies from him the other day, so I'm expecting eggs again soon. Next 20-gallon long. This has a bunch of stuff going on in it. This is something new that I just got. These are Hongsloy Apistos. They're super reds. These are actually ones that I have up for sale on the website. You can see these guys are just beautiful looking. There's also multiple breeding pairs of albino bristlenose. And then up here at the top, you see I have this beautiful purple guppy. I had actually bought a bunch of babies from a like a professional breeder that shows his fish and stuff, and I got like 12 babies, and literally all of them grew up to be males. Now you think, oh, he probably did it on purpose. Well, I also bought some other ones, and some of the other ones I got a bunch of females and a couple of males, which is kind of what I was hoping for. So somehow I just had terrible odds and got all males. Well, and that's the last one left now. Down here, we've got a breeding pair of longfin calicos. And then there's a bunch of just miscellaneous mutt guppies. I've been trying to move these into another tank, but it's like impossible to get all of them out and to get all of the quadrillion babies out of here also, because I'd like to move some other guppies in here, but I can't move other guppies until I'm 100% sure every single one of these things has been moved out. There's also some white spine cories. No, there's one right there. There's like 12 of them. All right, here we have a 40-gallon breeder. In here, we have got we've got a different kind of bristlenose. These are called green spot bristlenose. I haven't got them to breed yet. You can see there's a big male right there and a female. And then everything else in here are cribenzas. There's some albino cribenzas and some regular cribenzas. They don't typically breed very often in this tank because I think there's too many of them in here. But when I do want them to breed, when I find like a big female, I'll move her out and a male into another tank, and they'll quickly have babies. All right, here we have another 40-gallon breeder. You'll see there's a ton of red-eye tetras in here. The real big ones are the ones that I originally bought. All those smaller ones are actually ones that I bred. I bred them one time and they had like 200 or something babies. So I've got a ton of those guys. Yeah, those are always up for sale on the website because I have so many of them. There's also a few kind of stray angelfish. There's some skunk cories in here also. There's a few calico bristlenose. Over here you can see bamboo shrimp that I've had for a long time. There was a triple beacon plecos in here, but apparently I lost him because I can't find him anymore, and he was pretty big. You'd think I'd find a dead body that big. And there's a few Apistos in here too. I think they're Vieta Golds, I think what they're called. Some people call them McMaster Eye Golds. All right, in this 40-gallon breeder right here, I've got a bunch of breeding Praecox rainbows, dwarf rainbows. I pull literally hundreds of eggs from these guys almost every single day. There's also some other tetras in here. There's some lemon tetras, and there's also one of my favorite tetras is this red one back here in the back. These are called candy cane tetras. I wish I could find more of these so I could sell them, because these things are strikingly beautiful. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. There's also some Bosemani back there in the back. Some Bosemani Cory cats, kind of hiding back there. And then there's also 5 or 6 butterfly plecos that like to stay hidden most of the time. All right, down here in this 40-gallon breeder, this is kind of a Maj Podge that I never really intended for. I bought like 20 or so of these Colombian red blues. I didn't realize how big they were. and now they're really huge. They look and they eat like little piranhas. There's also 4 or 5 blue gouramis in here. And then there's a couple of other things too. There's a couple of giant danios that I tried to get to breed without any luck. And there's also a pair of Guppys as he swims up to the top. They're Apistos. Well, maybe you caught him a second ago, but he swam up to the top. All right, up here in this 40-gallon breeder, we've also got quite a bit going on. There's a gold Pristella Tetras. Probably 12 or so of these are the ones that I actually bred. Some of the smaller ones. There's also a bunch of albino Cories. There's some rummy-nosed Tetras. Here's another Apistos. I think that's one of the Vieta Golds. There's some Colombian Tetras. Those big guys back there. There's also the white, white skirt Tetras, that's what they're called. There's also, kind of back there in the back, there is a flash plecostomus. And then there's also, you can see one of the babies here, there is a breeding pair of long fin chocolate plecostomus. And you can see some of their babies here that are started to grow out. These things are really, really cool looking. Then there's a couple other Tetras or Rasboras back in here also, in a random platy. All right, another 40-gallon breeder. We've got a bunch of gold Barbs. We've got some Curviceps. You can see this one real darkened up. I don't know if it's a he or she, but for like the last year, it sits there and guards that clay pot right there, but no one ever breeds with him or her, so he's getting in a lot of good practice. Also, there's some electric blue Acaras. See that big boy right there? I've got a bunch of smaller ones of those for sale on the website. There's some lemon drop bristlenose plecostomus you'll see back there. There's quite a few of those in here. I've never got them to actually breed. And then there's a few Apistos in here also. Kind of a mixture of them. Not sure where they're at right now, but they're in there somewhere. There's some cherry barbs also. And then there's some rust Cories, and then there's another Cory like this big one that I can't remember. Or I think I bought them as like CW82s or something. So I'm not sure what their actual common name. And then there's some Denison Barbs. All right, here we have another 40-gallon breeder. We've got brilliant Rasboras in here. We've got silver-tip Tetras. We've got triple red Cockatoides. I've had this guy for a long time. He never looks that good. He always just kind of looks a little bit sickly, but that's how like he's always looked. There are orange laser Cories in here, and there's also Matei Cories. I think that's one of the Apistos right there. There's a bunch of Hillstream Loaches. There's some beautiful looking Cardinals in here. Like I said, this is kind of just a Mod Podge of stuff. There's also black neons. Those are ones that I've tried to get to breed a few times. I got eggs, but I never got them to hatch. I've really got to start getting back into trying to breed again. There's a bunch of those orange laser Cories. All right, there you guys go. I hope you have enjoyed part 1 of the fish room tour. You guys got any questions or comments, be sure and leave them down below. And don't forget about the cool stickers we got offered for members this time. So thanks again, guys, and God bless.